Hey everyone, and welcome to Cognito Key. All around us, hiding right under our noses, is one of nature's most amazing and successful partnerships. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and uncover its secrets. I bet you've seen this stuff everywhere. That colorful, kind of crusty-looking growth on trees, on old rocks, maybe even on a garden wall. It looks like a plant, right? But it has no leaves or roots. So maybe it's a kind of moss or a fungus. Well, what if I told you it's none of those things? It's something way more interesting, a living, breathing collaboration. What you're actually looking at is a lichen. And get this, a lichen isn't one single organism at all. It's actually a team. It's what happens when a fungus and an alga, two totally different life forms, decide to move in together and build a life. So, let's meet the team. Think of it like the perfect business deal. On one side, you've got the fungus, which we call the mycobiont. It's kind of the architect of the operation. And on the other side is the alga, the phycobiont. Together, they create something that neither of them could ever be on their own. Here's the deal they make. The fungus builds the house, basically. It creates the physical structure, soaks up water, and acts like a bodyguard, protecting its partner from the harsh sun. And what does it get in return? Well, the alga is the powerhouse. It uses photosynthesis to make sugar, food, and it shares it with the fungus. It's the perfect give and take. And this house they build is just brilliantly designed. You've got this tough outer skin made by the fungus called the cortex for protection. Right underneath that, the algal layer is perfectly placed to catch the sunlight it needs. And below it all, you have the medulla, which gives everything its structure. It's an incredibly smart and efficient little system. This partnership has been so successful that lichens have evolved into thousands of different species, and they show up in all kinds of fantastic shapes and forms. So let's take a look at the 4 main disguises you're most likely to spot out in the wild. First up, we have Crustose lichen. This type is pressed so tightly onto whatever it's growing on, a rock, a branch, that it honestly looks like a splash of dried paint. It's totally flat, and you literally can't peel it off without taking a piece of the rock with it. Next, you've got Foliose lichen, and as the name kind of suggests, this one is leafy. It has these flat leaf-like lobes, and it's attached way more loosely than its crusty cousin. You can actually see a distinct top and bottom side to it. Then things got a little more interesting with Squamulose lichens. These are made of a bunch of tiny clustered lobes that almost look like little scales or pebbles. They're kind of a middle ground form, part crusty, part leafy. And finally, the showstopper, Fruticose lichen. These are the ones that are fully three-dimensional. They can grow upright like a tiny shrub or hang down like strands of hair. This form really shows you just how complex and almost plant-like these amazing partnerships can become. So you're probably wondering, if a lichen is a team of 2 different organisms, how on earth does it multiply? Well, it has some really clever tricks up its sleeve to make sure that wherever it goes, the whole team goes together. And let me tell you, their methods are incredibly successful. So successful, in fact, that lichens now cover a mind-blowing 6% of the Earth's entire land surface. From the freezing Arctic to scorching desert rocks, this partnership is everywhere. So what's their secret? Well, the simplest way is that a little piece just breaks off, gets carried away, and starts a new lichen somewhere else. But their real stroke of genius is something called ceridia. These are like tiny, powdery escape pods, each one containing a few algal cells, all wrapped up in fungal threads. The wind just carries them off like dust, ready to start a whole new colony with the team perfectly intact. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this is some cool biology, but why does it actually matter to me? Well, it turns out these humble little organisms are some of our most important and totally unexpected allies. Their importance is just astonishing, really. Because they're so sensitive to air pollution, scientists use them to tell how clean our air is. They produce these unique chemicals that are being studied for new medicines. For centuries, we've used them to create vibrant natural dyes, even that litmus paper from your high school chemistry class. And some even produce beautiful scents that are used in perfumes and cosmetics. They're quietly working for us all the time. You know, the story of the lichen is just this perfect reminder that so much of the world is built on collaboration, on connection. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other incredible partnerships are out there, quietly shaping our world, hiding in plain sight? Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer.
If you found this as fascinating as I did, please do me a favor and hit that like button, share it with a friend who'd love it, and be sure to subscribe to Cognito Key for more deep dives into the amazing world all around us. We'll see you next time.